Tonight, after a hard-fought battle with COVID-19, a Superior man has a new challenge to face: the hospital bills. But his community isn't letting him fight this one alone. Plus, just as they were taking off, passengers on a small plane headed to Michigan experienced something no flyer wants to: one of the doors flying off. And as Minnesota's fishing season approaches, fears over a dwindling fish population are growing. We'll head to Lake Vermilion later in the show.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. Headed back to normal. That's the message from Minnesota's governor today as he unveiled a new three-step plan to end all of Minnesota's COVID-19 restrictions by July 1st. Here's a breakdown. Step 1 starts at noon tomorrow, when limits on outdoor dining and events will end. And you won't have to wear a mask outside unless there's more than 500 people. Restaurants and bars can also go back to regular closing times. Step 2 starts Memorial Day weekend, when capacity limits end for all indoor events. And Step 3 is ending the statewide mask mandate. That will happen either when 70% of Minnesotans 16 and older are vaccinated or by July 1st at the latest. Governor Walz says Minnesota is ready to loosen restrictions because cases are going down and hospital capacity is low. He also encouraged those who haven't yet to get vaccinated.
A lot of you out there, especially younger people, who said, you know what, let's let the vulnerable get theirs first. I don't need to be in line in front of them. Let my grandparents get it first. Get those who have underlying health conditions. Let's wait until it's our turn. It's your turn.
Walz encouraged businesses, cities, and counties to keep protections in place if they want to. Duluth spokespeople told us today their mask order will end when the state's emergency order expires. County health leaders are reacting to Governor Walz's three-step plan to end those restrictions. Officials with Carleton County Public Health say they're going to take the governor's plan into consideration, adding they want more input from community partners on how they should approach the lifted restrictions. County leaders say the data is encouraging, as 70% of residents there 50 years and older have been vaccinated. But getting back to a new normal will be an adjustment for some people, and they want to make sure everyone feels safe.
You know, everyone's going to come into it with different comfort levels. Some people may continue to make that personal decision to keep wearing a mask for some time. Some people may not. So it'll be an interesting move back into a new normal, I think.
The Public Health Department is offering appointments for local businesses and community partners who want to take another look at their emergency preparedness plans and see what adjustments need to be made as restrictions are lifted. A Superior man is recovering from a COVID battle that had him on the brink of death several times. As he begins what will be a lengthy recovery, his community is proving they have his back. CBS3's Natalie Grant has the story.
Jim Dalton and his wife Teresa have been married for 45 years. And this past December, the Superior couple went through the most trying time of their more than 4-decade relationship.
I told her to call 911. I couldn't breathe. I collapsed in my living room and she called the ambulance.
Jim had COVID-19, putting him in the hospital for 92 days. He was hooked up to a ventilator and away from his family, who was preparing for the worst.
It's a miracle. And I believe in God. I believe God, he had to have something to do with it, because from what I heard, I shouldn't be here.
Almost 100 days later, Jim beat the odds, happy to come home to his loved ones, but a not-so-happy surprise greeted him there as well.
If I'm not 200,000 in the hole right now talking, I'm a good 180. It's just something I'm going to have to deal with, but right now I'm going to get healthy.
Massive hospital bills, making a rough recovery that much more painful. Thankfully, the Daltons are finding out they are not in this alone.
Jim Dalton's been a staple in the pool community for years and years and years, and he's been a longtime player in our league, and he's a friend to so many of us.
The Superior Trailblazers Pool League hosted their annual all-league match on Thursday at Top Hat Tavern. And this year, all proceeds go to their teammate, Jim.
We didn't even have to really go door to door and ask anybody anything. They were so gracious once they heard this event was going on.
Hoping to ease the financial burden for a man with a new shot at life.
Life is precious, and you just got to grab it.
Jim says his goal is to play pool again this fall. If you would like to donate to the Daltons, we have a GoFundMe link on our website. Governor Evers visited Bayfield today, touting his plan to help local businesses. Evers has a $50 million investment plan to help the tourism industry stay afloat. He visited Big Top Chautauqua to talk about what the community can expect moving into the summer season.
We're spending as much time as we can all across the state, just making sure that people are getting ready for a real important season. It looks like it's going to be, every place we've gone is the high energy. People are gearing back up to have a great summer.
Evers' plan calls for a $50 million investment into tourism-related businesses using federal COVID relief money. He has also targeted $600 million for small businesses across all industries. And in Michigan, Republicans and Democrats have butted heads on how to handle the pandemic. But as we are hitting the final stretch, it seemed like the two sides were getting closer together. They seem to be getting their way with the new Vax to Normal plan. But this week, reports surfaced of Republicans saying they were blindsided by this move. However, Governor Whitmer says their ideas helped shape the initiative.
For instance, looking at the 70% is the right number. It's not a moving target. That's the target. That was what the Republican leadership asked for.
Whitmer added she believes Michigan could hit a 70% vaccination rate as soon as the 4th of July, but every Michigander needs to do their part. Well, Dave's here for a first check of the weather. Dave, when I went outside after the 6th, the sky looked much different than earlier today when I got to work. Kind of cloudy out there.
Yeah, kind of cloudy. And boy, some action up the Ely way just in the past couple of hours. Got a couple of folks calling in to say there was a loud clap of thunder and all of a sudden snow coming across.
Wow.
Didn't last too long, and it's already starting to fade away. Current Doppler map shows that slight light snow chance and light rain chance is moving its way towards the east in our area. We're on the dry side now, and this rain and snow is not enough to solve the problem, but it's made things a bit interesting, all right. As we take a look at downtown Ely, we can see that none of that snow they got stuck to the ground, but it did wet the streets just a little bit, and that may be the last time we wet anything around here for almost a week. Short-term forecast says after tonight's 20% shower chance, it becomes mostly sunny on Friday, high temp near 50, and it's going to stay on the sunny side probably until next Thursday or so. It'll be high and dry, and we'll talk about if temperatures will respond in kind coming up in just a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. An update to a story we brought you at 6. FBI agents and police in St. Cloud are responding to a hostage situation at a Wells Fargo bank. St. Cloud police say they were dispatched to the bank just before 2 p.m. on a report of a possible robbery. As of early this evening, police say there are no reported injuries among the hostages, who are all bank employees or law enforcement. Police say negotiations are still underway, and they confirm that one hostage was released unharmed just before 6:30 p.m. Then around 7:45 p.m., police said a second hostage was released. A third apparent hostage was seen leaving the building just after 7:50 p.m. A fourth apparent hostage was escorted away just after 8 o'clock tonight. Officials are still asking the public to avoid the scene at this time. Imagine sitting on an airplane and the aircraft's door flies off moments before you take off. Well, that's exactly what happened to a man from the UP on his flight from Minneapolis to Ironwood yesterday afternoon. Take a look at this. That opening you see is where the plane's emergency exit door was. Tom Yan was seated just feet from there on what he described as a small 8-person plane flown by Boutique Airlines, a private aircraft company. He told us about the moment it happened.
We were just about to take off, probably going, I don't know, over 100 miles an hour, and the door just flew off, a loud bang, and the door flew off, and the noise and the wind and everything, and I didn't even see my bag get sucked out of the plane. I got it right here. This bag right here got sucked right out of the plane, and they gave it to me an hour later after takeoff, but it was scary. It was scary. If there would have been a person sitting with a baby on their lap, I don't know what would have happened.
Jan says no one appeared to be hurt. The Metropolitan Airports Commission confirmed the incident happened around 3 o'clock yesterday. They say the plane never actually left the ground after the door came off. It returned to the gate at MSP, and the door was found nearby. We reached out to Boutique Airlines but did not hear back by news time. Jan and others plan to take his concerns to the Gogebic County Board. They have a public meeting Monday morning. He hopes they'll consider taking action against the airline. By the way, Jan and several other passengers on that flight ended up taking a ride share back to Ironwood, which was a $400 trip. Food insecurity in Duluth continues to be a challenge, so one food shelf is launching a new delivery program. It's called Chum to Go. The program will provide access to food shelf resources for people who would otherwise have a hard time getting to them. Volunteer drivers with Chum to Go will deliver food boxes to 120 Duluth households on Tuesdays and Thursdays during the second and fourth weeks of every month. The organization hopes Chum to Go will eliminate barriers to accessing food for people who are especially vulnerable. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, last summer Lake Vermilion saw a large uptick of anglers. But what kind of pressure does that put on the lake itself? We'll have more next.
Just 5 years ago today, we set our record at 92 degrees, from the year 2016. Today, 58 degrees the best we could manage, which is a degree shy of normal. That's the trend we've been in for a few days, and for a few more we'll be undercutting normal temperatures. When will we warm up? When will we get our next rain chance? I'll try to answer both questions in just a couple more minutes.
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell, weeknights on CBS.
Welcome to Medical Insight, a weekly healthcare feature brought to you by the experts at Essentia Health. Here's your host, Louis St. George.
Today in Medical Insight, Essentia Health orthopedic surgeon Bill Uffman explains hip arthroscopy, which is meant to treat labral and cartilage injuries in people typically under the age of 40 and without any signs of arthritis.
With a hip arthroscopy, we're able to get in the joint, look around, kind of assess the level of damage, fix a labral tear. Sometimes we have to reconstruct the labrum because it is very damaged and not fixable. They have extra bone sitting kind of in the front of their hip that when they flex their hip up, kind of bangs against their hip socket. Those people are at a much higher predisposition to develop hip arthritis later on in life.
And Dr. Uffman says it's not always clear why these injuries occur. They could be the result of a very active lifestyle as youngsters. Regardless, they are painful.
But sometimes it gets to the point where you can't sit, long car rides, you can't put your shoes and socks on, or you can't walk without pain. And that's kind of when people sort of typically come to see me. So by going in and addressing that before it kind of, that horse leaves the barn, going in there and trying to kind of prevent any further damage at typically a younger age, we think that it, is kind of a hip sparing procedure.
Following hip arthroscopy, patients can expect to be back full bore within 6 to 8 months. For Medical Insight, I'm Louis St. George.
To learn more about this and other health topics, visit essentiahealth.org/medical insight.
For over 20 years, Breeze Roofing has been totally dedicated to getting the job done right, and done right now. We pride ourselves on being the highest quality exterior remodelers in the area. Call Breeze for all your roofing needs.
3 derm ingredients in 1 cream? Don't settle for less. Revitalift Triple Power with pro-retinol plus hyaluronic acid and vitamin C. It visibly reduces wrinkles, firm, and brightens. Revitalift Triple Power Moisturizer from L'Oreal. Now the #1 serum brand in America.
CBS 3 Weather is brought to you by Lulich Implement.
Now, the CBS 3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
So much of the day was on the sunny side as high pressure tried to come into the region. Working up and over that, a trough of lower pressure. This picture shows us splitting the difference. We'll go in tight and take a look at these clouds over Superior. Underneath, a bit of blue sky and some sunshine. Up on top, some clouds that have been trying to bring a little bit of rain, even a little bit of snow up north. Not much has been sticking because it's so dry here at the surface. A lot of virga happening here tonight. And by tomorrow morning, even this little precip chance will be gone, and then we're going to be on the dry side through this weekend. and into a good chunk of the work week ahead. We could use some rain. There might be one more chance coming down the pike. I'll show you when that is in just a bit. Right now, of course, we take a look at the current conditions from Duluth International Airport. It's 43 degrees. 56% is the relative humidity, so the sun's gone down, temperatures have gone down, and that's drawn the air temp closer to the dew point, increased the relative humidity, and put away the fire danger at least until sunrise tomorrow. North wind right now is going 8 miles per hour, and 30.6 is our barometric pressure, 1,018 millibars. And yeah, it's high at the surface, but lower up on top. Current temperatures, a little bit cooler down below, 30 in Ely. 20 is not out of the question up there in the Arrowhead, but still 40 in Hibbing, 45 in Superior, 44 for Watersmeet. Low temps tonight, indeed, for folks inland Minnesota could drop into the 20s, probably lower 30s then for the rest of us. And now this Doppler map looks so impressive with all this precip working its way across the region. Yeah, but again, since the surface layer is awfully dry, it's re-evaporating, precious little's getting to the ground, and it's heading to the east fairly rapidly now, setting us up for a dry period coming our way. Well, how much could we hope for as we go on through the night here? Not that much. No, not that much at all. Just a trace to a couple of hundredths of an inch. And then higher pressure takes over, as I mentioned, to keep us on the sunny side here from the weekend all the way through next Wednesday. Maybe next Thursday we'll finally get a low pressure system to dampen our doorsteps once again. Keep our fingers crossed that we don't have any trouble with the fire danger. Tonight, Minnesota, we'll still say a 20% rain chance during the overnight. Low temps 27 to 35, so up north there could be a few flurries, and down south rain showers. Wisconsin and Michigan, 30% rain chance, low temps low 30s. For tomorrow, daytime highs 48 to 52 for Wisconsin and the UP with a mostly sunny sky. The normal's 59, so we're going to be cooler than normal in all zones. Minnesota as well, 48 to 52 high temps there, but with sunshine. And now, eyeing up this forecast for the week ahead, we stay sunny and cooler than normal through Monday. But Tuesday to Thursday, I think we could go back to normal and even beyond. By next Thursday, when our next rain chance comes around, we'll be at 65 spring-like degrees.
Sounds good. Thanks, Dave. Last summer, Lake Vermilion near Tower was busy with more boats and anglers than ever before. This traffic meant a lot more pressure on the lake's fish. CBS3's Alex Libby spoke with Vermilion anglers and resort owners who explain what kind of long-term impact that can have and the plan they created to protect their lake for years to come.
There was a lot of people on the lake.
Terry Grosshauser is the former president of the Vermilion Lake Association, and he blames pandemic-related restrictions for last summer's busy waters.
With the Canadian border closed, all the resorts filled up, and anytime you went out on the water, you could tell that, the pressure was way up.
Pressure that has reduced the number of fish, and it's why the Lake Association is recommending limits for Vermilion's fish harvest during the upcoming fishing season. Grosshauser is asking anglers to catch and release all largemouth bass and muskie. As for the other species, he wants anglers to take half the limit set by the Minnesota DNR.
When we started working on our conservation recommendations, we went to the resort owners and to the guides.
One of those resort owners is Eric Hansen. He has owned the Pearson's Lodge for the last 25 years, and he supports the recommendations.
We want to act now to keep the fishery really strong and healthy like it is, so that it's good for many years to come.
Hansen says he completely supports these recommendations, but he thinks it might turn away some business at first.
With change, there's always a little bit of a struggle, and we may have a few people that don't come because of it.
Dwight Workington has been fishing north of the border for the last 26 years. He says harvest recommendations there seem to be working.
They have a tremendous success now. The one resort owner that I talked to yesterday said 70% of his clients now are practicing it.
Workington says it's just a matter of time before this becomes the norm for all of Minnesota lakes.
I think it'll really take off, because I think everybody ultimately wants to preserve our resources, preserve our fishery. That's why we come to Minnesota to fish.
The Lake Association says these recommendations are not mandated by the DNR, so they will technically not be enforced by anyone. You can find more about what they're asking anglers to do on our website. Still to come, while Congress is in recess, President Biden is hitting the road. What he hopes to achieve next.
CBS3 Live Cams, brought to you by KohlerChef.com, now featuring the Kohler Express Deal online buying solution. KohlerChef.com, a better way to buy.
The new DQ Summer Blizzard menu will take you right into summer. With out-of-this-world brownie batter, iconic drumstick with peanuts, plus favorites like cotton candy, raspberry fudge bliss, and an all-new lineup for all the summer you crave. The new DQ Summer Blizzard menu. Summer's best moments are just one bite away. DQ. Happy tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
At Mediacom, we know the future is ours to create. That's why we built an incredibly advanced fiber-powered network. So today, when lives are being challenged more than ever, we're working harder than ever to help families move forward, businesses restart, and our communities get back on their feet. Mediacom is up for this challenge. Our network is ready. Our people are powerful, and we won't back down.
Make the most of every property with landscaping equipment that delivers more. More productivity. More comfort. More durability. And more of what it takes to get the job done right. When your reputation is on the line, you need the Kubota landscaping lineup. Visit your local dealer today.
No one serves you better than Lulich Implement.
When building, you hire a team of specialists to ensure your house turns out exactly as you imagined. Major financial transitions like retirement deserve the same level of care and craftsmanship. At MPPL Financial, we assemble a diverse team of experts to develop a plan to ensure you only have to retire once. Call today for your free second opinion consultation so your retirement turns out exactly as you imagined. MPPL Financial. Answers to the most important questions of your life.
Looking for a home run on your next home project? Don't strike out by using someone out of left field who makes errors, balks at your needs, isn't safe, and gives you the squeeze by charging double.
Your home improvement company aced my window project, and working with them was a walk in the park.
We never sacrifice quality, and you can count on us to avoid curveballs and save you time.
Plus, they clean up, which is a big relief. Your home improvement company is a huge hit in Twins territory, even if their owner is a bit of a screwball.
Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCopel. Weekday mornings on CBS.
Get your new John Deere tractor from Duluth Lawn and Sport, the region's largest power sports dealer.
Coming up Friday on CBS3 this morning, a recap of the new timeline for ending restrictions here in Minnesota.
And I'll have a look at our weekend forecast. More sunshine is in store as we head into Mother's Day.
So wake up with us starting at 5 a.m.
CBS3 Sports is brought to you by Northland Lawn Sport and Equipment.
President Biden is back on the road to continue pitching his $2 trillion infrastructure proposal, the American Jobs Plan. Traveling to the red state of Louisiana, President Biden made a push for his massive infrastructure proposal using the backdrop of a bridge that's past its prime. The bridge is undergoing a replacement project paid for in part through tolls. However, the president argues his plan would help with a $115 billion funding increase proposed to modernize bridges and roads.
It's a perfect example of how we've neglected as a nation to invest in the future of our economy and the future of our people.
Republicans say undoing the Trump-era tax cuts is a non-starter, but they're open to compromise on an infrastructure bill. Negotiations are expected to pick up steam next week in Washington when Congress returns from recess. Coming up in sports, Grandma's Marathon is a go, and we hit the baseball diamond for some high schools baseball. Kelly is in next.
Isn't it great how swinging through Culver's drive-thru marks the unofficial start to family time? How biting into a hot-off-the-grill Butterburger makes worries melt away? And how a fresh frozen custard concrete mixer puts a smile on your face every time? Here, a meal you didn't have to make is a meal made fresh for you. And being greeted with a smile, even beneath a mask, makes all the difference.
There's a reason we put so much care into our food. That reason is you. Welcome to Delicious.
Are you ready to freshen up your spring wardrobe but shopping stresses you out?
Leave your worries on the rack as one of Angie's Closet stylists dress you. Set up your session today for your opportunity to shop a diverse variety of clothing and accessories, all curated to fit your style. Want to give your home a new spring look? Angie has you covered with her new home goods collection. Visit Angie's Closet today, located on Tower Avenue.
This is the most important, amazingest game ever played in the universe. The pitcher is fierce. Danny Roberts is up at bat. And the crowd goes wild. He just won the game. Let's go. Yes!
We protect the car you drive.
Go get him, Danny.
And the dreams that drive you. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Because of this, we built the most powerful Ford Explorer ever. Because of this, we built Ford Expedition with best-in-class towing. Because of this, we built Escape with Ford Copilot 360. And because Ford SUVs are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand. Now, with an extra $500 spring bonus cash, get over $3,300 in total savings on a 2021 Escape. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
As our communities recover, we want to give every child's dream a chance. It's time for our leaders to fully fund public education. No more budget cuts, no more letting the wealthiest Minnesotans and biggest corporations pay less than their fair share. Let's give every student what they need. Healthy meals, trusted counselors, hands-on learning, individual attention. Believe in We Minnesota. Tell legislators to fund our schools so every student can thrive. No exceptions.
We made USAA insurance for members like Kate, a former Army medic made of the flexibility to handle whatever Monday has in store and tackle 4 things at once. So when her car got hit, she didn't worry. She simply filed a claim on her USAA app and said,
I've got this.
USAA insurance is made the way Kate needs it. Easy. She can even pick her payment plan, so it's easy on her budget and her life. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for. USAA.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
Well, with the big statewide announcement of loosening COVID restrictions, that means that the third weekend in June is a go for Grandma's Marathon. The 45th annual race got the green light this afternoon with Governor Tim Walz's announcement. While Grandmas will still learn more in the coming days about how much of a normal race they can have, they are sure happy to be safely welcoming back the race for 2021.
We still do feel a sense of responsibility, not only to the participants who registered, but the community to keep this as safe as possible. It's not going to, throw your doors wide open, increase the capacity to a normal year. There will still be some modifications in place. Our staff will discuss which pieces of the modifications and will still be in place and which things we can maybe relax a little bit.
And like I said, more details about how they will change the current weekend race plan will be announced in the coming days. After back-to-back losses following a seemingly good stretch of baseball, the Twins closed things out with the Rangers today. Twins second baseman Nick Gordon making his MLB debut today for the Twins. He is the son of former big league pitcher Tom Flash Gordon. Twins starting hot. Max Kepler in the leadoff spot with the solo shot to left center. And the Twins take an early 1-run lead with that one. Rangers take a 2-1 lead by the bottom of the second. Newcomer Gordon walked in his first plate appearance and would steal second. His next at-bat in the fourth, he singles and steals a second time, becoming the first Twin to steal 2 bases in their major league debut. We go to the third. Rangers still lead, but Williams Astudillo has 2 on, strikes 1 well to left. Those 2 runners score for the Twins lead. Eventually, we are taken to extras, and the Rangers win it in 10. To the high school ranks today, Duluth East hosting Hibbing on the baseball diamond. This one escalated pretty quickly. Max Devlin makes his way home on a wild pitch. It was 7-0 Greyhounds after just an inning. Then in the second, they keep the line moving once again. Dylan Gray chops one to short. The ball gets away and Garrett Johnson will come home. East had no issues putting barrel to baseball this afternoon. Indeed, Kubota gives one a ride to center, plenty deep enough for Gray to tag up from third. The Greyhounds win this one in 5, 14-2 the final. And taking a trip down 35, Class A number 8 Southridge hosting AA Esco on top of the second, 2 outs, runners at first, off the bat of Connor Bushbaum, who sends it into left field for the single, but hold the phone because Jackson Bennett would race on over to third. Esco's Cole Andrus says, not today, sir. Gets the out. Southridge up 5-2. Bottom of the third, Esco up, and that's a bomb to right from Cale Haugen, who says, see you later. All smiles for Haugen. He comfortably comes home. Esco trails by just 2 runs. Same inning, new play. This time it's off the bat of Esco's Owen Wilson, who secures the double to left later, setting up for the score. Southridge comes away with the win, 8-6 the final. Tonight at the Northwoods Credit Union Arena this evening, the Minnesota Wilderness hosting the Minnesota Magicians for a back-and-forth battle on the ice. Well, we come to you at the second period where the Magician Simon Falk passes it, hoping for some scoring magic, but the Wilderness on the save. Still a tie game. Wilderness Christian Galatz with the puck, who gives it to Landon Parker. Dante Lawson, the native of Coleraine, takes the honors with the goal to make it a 2-1 game. 30 seconds later, Magicians looking to tie this one up again. Hunter Weiss would shoot. Wilderness wouldn't allow for that one or any more this evening. They go on to win it 2-1, the final. And that's going to do it for sports tonight. We'll be right back after the break.
Change the future of medicine from the convenience of home. Join the All of Us research program to help improve health research and speed up medical breakthroughs. Visit essentialhealth.org/allofus to learn more.
As a person with a disability who values living independently and being safe, let's keep each other safe, Minnesota.
People with disabilities and people feeling the effects of aging. Roll up your sleeves and stay safe. Sign up today for Minnesota's Vaccine Connector program. Join the millions of people who have safely received a COVID-19 vaccine. It's the best thing you can do to support our local businesses and safely return to a more normal lifestyle. For further assistance, contact your COVID community coordinator at Access North.
Are you over 50? Would you like to get up to 33% more income in retirement? Then call now for this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers, from a leading financial firm on maximizing your income in retirement. That's right, free. This free book reveals little-known secrets about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms that will help you make the right choices before buying an annuity. And it's free. Call right now for your free book, and as a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report. We researched over 1,200 annuities and summarized the rates and benefits of annuities from financially strong insurers. Again, that's Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and a free annuity rate report, both absolutely free, for calling Annuity General today. Supplies are limited. Call now.
Call 800-816-8219. That's 800-816-8219.
Keep your home comfortable with help from Menards. Protect your home from humidity, mold, and mildew with a Polonus dehumidifier. This easy-to-use unit can remove up to 30 pints of water from the air per day and is now $129.99 after 11% rebate. Check out our selection of Morton water softeners. Eliminate hard water, leaving you with softer skin and cleaner clothes. Right now, all Morton water softeners are 11% off at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
We've been on the road with you for 50 years now. We're proud to share the safe roads and the roller coaster roads, even the long and winding roads. Navigating the road less traveled and cruising up the high roads. For 3 generations, it's been an honor to share the roads of life with you. Here's to another 50 and beyond.
Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men. Our buy one, get one for $1 suit and sport coat sale is now in progress. Hundreds of options. Mainstream, downtown Duluth.
You ready to be inspired?
Yes,
okay.
always.
For climbers, Mount Everest is the ultimate test, but a mother and daughter from Oklahoma have already conquered something much more difficult. It just might be the ultimate girls trip. Valerie and Jess Weedle are hoping to become the first American mother-daughter team to reach the world's highest peak. It's a brutal undertaking for Valerie, who is 61 and has asthma, but also for Jess, diagnosed with ovarian cancer in 2016. She's been through multiple surgeries and months of chemotherapy. She is now cancer-free and says enjoying time with her mom in the mountains and living her best life is just part of her healing process. Best of luck to them. Dave, what's tomorrow, Friday.
Yeah, I'll be darned. And good luck to those two people
Yeah.
as they do their journey 35,000 feet up into the air.
Incredible.
Where it gets pretty chilly. And at the surface, even here in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan, it'll be a little bit chilly, cooler than normal through Monday, but then back to normal by Tuesday. Next rain chance after tonight is Thursday.
We'll see you tomorrow.